Hi there folks, my name's NovaWrap and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for all your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. Alrighty folks, so this is the news for Sunday the 29th of January 2017 and we're going to jump straight into it with the release into final availability of the AJS 37 Vegan from Leatherneck Simulations for DCS World. So the Vegan is a really cool aircraft, can I just say. Like, it's technologically just outstanding. Designed in, initially started design in the 60s and produced during the through the 70s and would go on to serve well into the 2000s. The Vegan is just such an iconic aircraft with its forward canard wings, and it just looks cool, and it's just an incredible aircraft. It fascinated me as a kid, it really did. But yeah, we finally have this one brought to the incredible detail that is DCS World with the study sim that it offers. And it's been incredibly well modelled by the guys over at Leatherneck Simulations. Now, this was first announced back towards the end of last year, but it is now only just become available as an alpha sort of beta version. So this is the early access version of it. But it's already looking like it's pretty far along its development. Like the incredible amount of detailing and modelling of the systems is looking pretty complete as far as I can see. It just looks absolutely outstanding. So it offers you the full experience of the flight, including use of the all the flight instrumentation systems, the tactical landing system, and the radar modes and the full weapons capabilities of that, including the TV-guided RB-75 or Mavericks, as they're known locally as the RB-75s. The command-guided RB-05, you've got the RB-15 anti-ship missiles, you've got Sidewinders. I'm not sure if they've implemented the Skyflash yet, as far as I know, no other aircraft in this actually uses that, so it'd be cool if they have included the Skyflash to that, though they have focused on the attack model, which I'm not sure if it actually did support the use of the Skyflash air-to-air missile, so that one would be interesting to see. But yeah, primarily this is the AJS 37, so this is the ground attack variant. There was a air intercept primary variant with a secondary ground attack capability, the JAS 37 Vegan. Not sure, as I said, if that one's going to be modelled in the future. It shouldn't be too much of a stretch for them to do it, but it'd be cool if they do. But as I said, like, you now get to experience the incredible short field performance of this Mach 2 capable fighter. It's just an absolutely outstanding looking version of this. Now, eventually, at the moment, it is just the aircraft and some basic and some instant action missions, and some that's it. Eventually, it will come up with 3 campaigns: a full-fledged campaign and then 2 mini campaigns. Though at the time that is not available, that is going to be once it goes into its full release status sometime in the future. But for now, if you have been waiting to get your hands on the AJS 37 Vegan, then this is the time for you. Your time has come. Now, a word of warning to everybody: at the moment, it is only supported on version 1.5.6 of DCS World, which means that for those of us like myself who use the Steam edition, then which is just the basic 1.5, we can't use it, which sucks. That really sucks, because yeah, that puts me out. So sorry guys, you're not going to see a review of this one, as much as I'd love to. Yeah, you're not going to see me produce one for this one. And it looks like that also makes it, at the moment, at least, incompatible with version 2 for those of you flying around in Nevada. So just be wary of that. But the fact that they're supporting eventually a Nevada campaign, a mini campaign, will indicate that it will eventually transition over to version 2 at some point in the future. So there you go. But yes, if you are wanting to pick that one up with those caveats in mind, it is available now from the DCS e-store. Head over there now, link in the description down below. Alright, moving away from DCS World and into the... Actually, no, sorry, sticking with the DCS World at the moment. So, we saw a new campaign come out this time. This campaign has been released for the A10C Warthog. So, this one is available for both Steam and for non-Steam users. So, this comes to us from Maple Flag Missions. So the Maple Flag missions, they've produced a basic flight training set of missions for the A10C. So this one is actually designed to actually not replace the tutorial missions and flights that are included with the A10C. These are designed to supplement them with actually giving you performance check rides. So actually based on the actual real world check rides that A10C pilots would actually have to go through in order to be able to become fully qualified for flying the A10. So you actually go through here, so it goes through and retests and get your final ratings on your general knowledge of the aircraft and just basically how to fly an aeroplane. Pre-takeoff, takeoff checklists, navigation maneuvers, approach landing, after post-landing checklists, communications and how to handle multiple tasks that, of course, are needed by a combat pilot. So, really, really cool, interesting little supplemented campaign, this one. As I said, this one's coming in at $10 US or your original equivalent, either available from the DCS World Store or available from Steam as well if you are a Steam user. So, kind of cool. I always kind of like these ones. Think of it like this as the airline to sim kind of check ride stuff, or that you get the training modules for the ESP platforms, but in DCS World. So yeah, I think this is a really good idea and a really great way to improve your ability and your understanding of this absolutely incredible aircraft. So yeah, I don't have it yet, but I think I would highly recommend this one. Yeah, I'm going to be buying this one because the A10C, I love it, and I just need it'll be good to actually get the experience of doing extra stuff like that with it. So, cool story. Yes, as I said, available now on Steam or the DCS World Store, available now. Alright, now moving away from the DCS world and into the ESP world. So the guys over at PAXSIM, aka Island Sim, have released their long-awaited Salt Lake City International. So the International Airport of Salt Lake City is an incredibly huge airport. It's a combined civil and military airport. Just outside of Salt Lake City in Utah, and is one of the largest commercial hubs in the world. In the continental United States, and the fourth largest hub for Delta Airlines, as well as being their main hub for their smaller subsidiary, the SkyWest Airlines. So yeah, it's an incredibly it's incredibly a busy airport, but this is an incredibly detailed release. Like, this thing's huge. This thing's over 6 gig to download. Like, that's nuts! Like, absolutely nuts! Now, not only do you get an incredibly detailed rendition of the airport with all of the details, all of the airport, and incredibly detailed HD textures of the air for the runways, the ground markings, and the airport terrain itself, you get Salt Lake City itself. Like, the whole of Salt Lake City is included here. An incredible custom auto-gen, custom building detail, custom 3D objects. It's looking insane. They've even gone to the point where they've actually remapped how the AI road traffic both at the airport and in the city will actually go down proper streets and stuff. Like, this is cool. They've redone the land class. Like, this is just absolutely insane. Now they are claiming that it has very minimal impact on frames, but 6 gig, that's huge. So all for them if they do manage to actually minimize the actual impact on that. But as I said, it just looks absolutely insane. The detail is incredible. I know this has been long awaited for quite a few people who've been chasing and hoping for this to be released, and yes, now it is. So as I said, it is looking absolutely incredible. If you've been waiting for this airport, definitely go and grab it now. Available directly from the developer at the moment, and will be coming to your favorite flight simulation retailer in the near future as well, but for now available just from the developer. But yeah, as I said, it's incredibly detailed, full seasonal textures included, so you get all 4 seasons included. And as I said, just a great way of not only showing the actual airport itself, but all of the surrounding area, including the city, including the Salt Lake Valley, including the mountain ranges nearby as well. Like, this is just absolutely incredibly detailed, and so yeah, definitely amazing product, this one. So if you're looking for a new hub to fly in the US, definitely going to be looking to do this one as well. So there you go. As I said, available now from the developer, coming in at a total price of $35.50 US dollars, or your original equivalent, available now. Alrighty, continuing on with other scenery releases for the ESP World this week. So we saw the guys over at P-Real Soft release another one of their HD Cities range. So this time they've released the city of Dusseldorf, which is the state capital of the North Rhine-Westphalia region, and one of those, the seventh most popular city in Germany. It's an incredibly detailed combination of photoreal and custom autogen and hand-placed autogen for the entire city and its surroundings. So really, really good for those pilots who enjoy flying VFR for this one as well. The only thing I can't find out at the moment is the fact of whether or not it does support multiple seasons. From looking at the screenshots, it appears that it only supports summer, which is a bit of a shame and a bit of a drawback, and unfortunately something that we see a lot with the dedicated photoreal sceneries. But it does support day and night texturing as well, complete with night lighting. So if you are going to be flying some flights after dark, then that's okay. You will see the incredible amount of illumination that comes from this very large city available here. So this one's available now from the guys over at Sim Market. Coming in as they've got a launch special at the moment, coming in at about $15 US dollars, be coming in at about $25 US dollars after the launch special. So available now. Alrighty, and continuing on with releases, or in this case, get another re-release for the F6 Steam Edition followers. So the guys over at Just Flight produced and released their Grumman Golf Hawk 2 a few years ago, but they have now re-released it for F6 Steam Edition. So the Golf Hawk 2 was essentially a modification of a standard F3F1 that was built by Grumman, essentially as a technology demonstrator and to show off the capabilities, and kind of like a mobile advertising platform for their new fighter series. Although their F3F was produced and was used, but it was very quickly phased out and supplanted by more modern monoplanes. It was sort of considered to be one of the last of the biplane sort of fighters of the 20th century. Excuse me. But yeah, the Golf Hawk 2 was a custom modified version that was actually used to actually showcase the technology behind the F3F, but also just to show off some high-speed aerobatics and precision flying that's capable of any aircraft. And would actually go on to tour all over the USA and also throughout Europe, demonstrating high-speed aerobatics, precision flying, and some of the capabilities of Grumman as a aircraft developer. This particular aircraft, as I said, it was a one-off, but yeah, they've recreated it in its spectacular orange livery. As I said, available now on Steam for $15 US dollars. Possibly a little bit overpriced for what it is, but yeah, as I said, if you are an F6 Steam Edition and you do want to fly something in a closed-in biplane, perhaps something for you to consider. If you look at it, you can definitely see that the Wildcat was you can see the design evolution from this into the Wildcat, because essentially it's the same fuselage, just with two sets of wings instead of one. But yeah, as I said, available now if you are an F6 Steam Edition user. But if you are interested in this aeroplane and you use multiple platforms, or are ever thinking of making the switch to P3D, possibly consider looking at getting this one direct from Just Flight or from your favorite flight sim retailer, because as I said, the only issue that we know of Steam Edition add-ons is the fact that they only work with Steam Edition. But yes, if you do want to pick it up, available now for $15 US dollars, or your regional equivalent, available now on Steam. Alrighty, now moving away from the flight simulation world this week, sticking with high speed and sticking onto the racetrack this time. So, Valentino Rossi, the game compact edition. So, Valentino Rossi, it was a game that was released all about motorcycle riding. Whether it be MotoGP, off-road biking, all sorts of various game modes, was released last year. They've released a compact edition. I can't find a lot of information about it, funnily enough, other than the fact that it's available. And it essentially seems to be a a cut down version of the core game, which only allows you to actually race as part of the 2016 MotoGP season. So it removes all the other types of bikes. It just leaves you only with the super bikes. That's the only option that you have. You do get to have the different quick race or the championship modes. To go through for the actual World Championships for the 2016 season. But yeah, it just seems to be lacking everything that makes up a whole motorcycle game. But at the same time, if the flip side it is only $10. So if you're not sure if you're interested in motorbike games and don't want to splash out on the $60-$80 that you would have to splash out on the full game or on Ride 2 or something like that, then this might be a way for you to have a look at it. I don't know. I'm kind of not sure what they're going for with this. I'm assuming they're going for that market. Not sure. But anyway, so if you are interested, this is available now on Steam. It seems to be exclusive to PC and the Steam platform. Available for $10 or your original equivalent. Available now on Steam. Sticking with the roads, we're going a little bit of a slower pace now. We've got the bus guys over, the guys who make Bus Simulator 16 have released their second piece of DLC for their bus simulator. So this is the Mercedes-Benz Citaro series of buses. So this gives you 3 new buses to go around your cities, picking up and dropping off passengers in. So it's 3 versions of the Citaro bus. So it's the core version, which is a 3-door bus, 3-door 2-axle bus. Very, very common sight here in Australia, actually, for seeing these ones as well as around Europe. They also offer the Citaro K, which is a 2-door smaller, slightly smaller bus, a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, fewer passengers. And they also offer the larger version, the Citaro G, which is a 4-door articulated 3-axle vehicle. It's a bit of a monstrosity. So yes, you can now go around picking up and dropping off your passengers around the Bus Simulator 16 World in 3 new vehicles. So if you are interested in grabbing this one, available now on Steam for $6. And again, something that I like about all the games produced by the Asteron group is that when they do the multiplayer, it doesn't matter if you've got these DLCs or not. You can all still play together. It's just that and you'll still be able to see each other. So if one person doesn't have the Mercedes DLC pack, but somebody else does, then the person who doesn't have it can still see the bus correctly. Just can't fly it, or just can't drive it. So a bit like the fact that things like DCS World, where you can actually you're not penalised because you don't own a piece of DLC. So that's really, really cool. But yes, if you are interested in adding to your bus collection, this is available now on Steam for $6 or your original equivalent. Available now. And rounding out the simulation release news for this week, we saw the release of the full version 1 release of Vector 3.6. So Vector 3.6 is a off-world racing game. So essentially, look, it's probably going to be a bad comparison. We're going to make it anyway. Essentially, think pod racing on Mars. Basically, is what it is. So it's sort of like a semi-dystopian Mars future where you're going through a whole heap of hover races going around across the variety of Martian terrain. So you've got various different vehicles that you can go through and purchase, various different race types, and various different upgrades that you can make to your vehicles. Now, this is fully compatible with VR, but also fully playable without VR as well. So you're not penalised for not having VR, because you can play it without VR, but it does look pretty damn awesome in VR as well. It's a physics-based racer as well as it says, which is very interesting. The fact that having to take in different gravity coefficients and stuff like that. So looks pretty interesting, looks pretty cool. At the moment, it looks like there are 3 main race modes. So sprint, circuit, and tournament races. Go through, get races, make winnings, buy upgrades, win more. Kind of cool. So looking very interesting. At the moment, it seems to only be single player. Not sure if the developers sort of outlined if they're going to be. I can't find anything of them making it multiplayer. I'm assuming they will at some point. But as I said, looking pretty cool, especially considering it's a fairly low-priced entry in this one as well. So the base game is $25 or your original equivalent, but there is quite a few there's a DLC option for allow you to actually increase increase how many vehicles you can own at the one time. But yes, if you're looking at having a bit of simulating a bit of off-world racing, this could definitely be the one for you. Looking not too bad, with full support for VR, track IR, and a full HOTAS setup. So there you go. Alright folks, well that wraps up the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these updates and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.